Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it is the three middle-aged guys just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Grandmouth 1.
Yep. And we are actually going to talk about something that might seem a little bit off and a little out of character or off kilter, considering what we normally talk about. But I'm going to tell you right now that it's not, because there's one thing about geeks, and a lot of people who are into geeky things that stays rather consistent all the way across the board. And that thing is that whatever the hell they loved as a kid, they never stopped loving as a fucking adult. All right?
Period.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it be comic books, video games, movies, or whatnot, or even sports.
Two trains to video games. Best toy store it is.
That was when it was a good store to go to.
Yeah.
Yes. Toys are. But, okay.
But coming back to the original topic, like I said, we, as geeks, we never went ahead and got out of the way and decided to discard what we were into as kids. And one of the things that we were into, and, I'm not ashamed to say, is Sesame Street. All right. Why would this come up now? Well, it turned out that on, I believe, what was it? It was the 29th at a convention. Bob McGrath, let's see here. It was announced by Bob McGrath, who is 84, and he's been one of the original adult cast members of Sesame Street over the last 45 fucking years. He went ahead and he announced at the Florida SuperCon event that he, along with other original cast members, Emilio Delgado and Roscoe Orman, they played Bob, Lewis, and Gordon on Sesame Street, that they were all released by HBO. And as you would contend, that's a lot of kids who who are familiar with their faces, and there was actually quite a huge outcry over that. Let me just say this. Yeah, nostalgia is great, but it can also be a really, really nasty thing. But there's also something that happens to fall along with a sort of level of familiarity that people go ahead and build, especially when you consider that Sesame Street as a show has not only been watched by parents, but also by the kids of those parents, and possibly the grandkids of those parents over the last 45 years. So when those particular cast members, the word had gotten out that they were released by HBO, shit hit the fan. What were your thoughts, guys, when you found out about it?
This sums that up. I mean, damn.
One middle finger.
You just need the lightning going in the back.
Two
middle fingers.
Yes.
Hey, Reverend, flip your lights off and on when you say that. Flip your lights,
I mean, did everyone turn into Oscar the Grouches over this? I mean, it's damn.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how to react to that.
Just like you said, people's been watching this for 45 years.
Yes.
Longer than any of us in this conversation has been living.
Yep.
Okay?
All those kids.
Not just kids, but adults. Grandparents.
Well, I'm talking about at the time that we were watching it, we were kids, but now we've grown up and had our own life afterwards.
Who doesn't know? Okay, who doesn't know that theme song?
Sunny days.
Keeping the clouds away.
Yes.
Oh, that was the thing on PBS. One of the things on PBS that children tune into.
Yes.
I mean, It was fun. It was funny. It had animated things. You learned shit. There was spelling. There was counting.
Yep.
It even had storylines as far as saying, okay, someone was in a dilemma, or someone, you know, they were teaching friendship, or something was being taught, fed to you, and you didn't even fucking know it.
They were teaching life lessons.
Yes.
How to share, how to love one another.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was on a grade school level, but the thing about it was like it was still okay. The
grown-ups on that show didn't treat motherfuckers like they were retarded.
Exactly. They made educational programming interesting and fun without treating the viewers like they had learning disability.
And the thing, too, is that taking these guys away from Sesame Street is like taking away Big Bird. Or, you know, Oscar the Grouch. Or Bert and Ernie.
Elmo came really, really close to all of that shit.
You know?
No, that gets the Mr. Bean treatment.
Yeah.
No, dude. Okay, it's funny because a lot of people confuse the Sesame Street with the Muppets, and I'm like, no, those are two different fucking things. There's only one that's been on both shows, and that was Kermit.
Yep.
He was the only one that transitioned, and he was a news reporter on Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah.
He was the only one that made the transition there. But Sesame Street and Muppets were two different things. Even Fraggle Rock was something different.
Yep.
Same creators.
Yep.
Yeah.
But still.
Different.
Sesame Street is one of those places, one of those marks in history and marks in programming where you can't say anything really fucking bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless one red little monster with a light voice that took over the fucking show.
Oh, the Dark Lord Elmo?
Yeah.
I mean, because you know what, with Sesame Street, there were so many interesting characters. And
they didn't overuse anyone until Elmo showed up.
And I mean, you had the oh my gosh, what are the alien guys, the Yup Yups?
Yep.
I mean, you had Bert and Ernie, you had Oscar the Grouch, you had all these characters.
Well, all these different personalities there.
Yeah.
Not everybody was happy.
Yep.
Not everybody was sad. You had a couple of dicks, Oscar the Grouch and Bert.
Bert, look.
Bert was with that Armenian scowl, single eyebrow and shit.
Wow.
He never smiled. He just had a line in a flip-top helmet. That was the way he laughed. You couldn't even take him seriously as a joyful character because he wasn't a joyful character. Even Rubber Ducky was a star.
Yep.
I mean, look, just the amount of impact that Sesame Street has is that you got people walking around in Halloween costumes as Yup Yups. When I saw that walking around, and I had to go up and just shake it, I was like, that was impressive. You know, you got these people walking around. Yeah.
Big Bird.
And you're going to take a three people that was the face of Sesame Street out.
They were part of the original cast.
Look at what exactly. Dude, these people were embedded into this cast. And not just that, look at all the other stuff that they came up with. The side segments.
Yep.
One of these things is not like the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look how many times Family Guy has stole some of those things and put them on the air and made sure that, look, this is the era that we grew up in. You will understand what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there are other shows too, but Sesame Street, and to take these people away, not them quitting on their own free will.
No.
Just took them out of the show, man.
Yeah. You know.
I remember when Mr. Rogers passed away.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And I was like, I mean, being, you know, I was like, wait a minute. If you say you didn't watch that show, you're lying to me.
I'll tell you right now, Fred Rogers is like one of my personal fucking heroes. All right. He stands right next to Bruce Lee and Jesus Christ. I know, and people think I'm kidding when I say that. No, literally, he's one of my personal fucking heroes. Granted, yeah, I understood it was an urban myth that he was like a former, you know, Army Ranger Sniper and stuff like that, and that the reason why he wore those sweaters is to cover up his tattoos, military tattoos and stuff like that. I understand that was an urban myth, but
that's okay. He taught us to be good neighbors in the land of make believe.
Who doesn't know that theme song?
Yep.
You know, I mean, come on, man.
No,
I was really, really when I read that article, my jaw dropped. I was you just again, we're middle-aged guys. You never think about that. You never think how old you're getting. You never think about that, and you're like, "Oh, you passed away? Fuck! I just watched him yesterday." Yeah,
that's what you think about. Like, I just saw this motherfucker. I just was watching them. I just was enjoying them.
I mean, and the thing with the Sesame Street characters, you sit there and like, Mr. Gordon's not around. He's not showing up.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. So how do you explain that? Did they give them a send-off, or did they just bam, cut, gone?
Well, actually, that kind of brings up the second side of the story. What's funny is that on the 29th, they went ahead and that's when SuperCon happened, and it was let out that they were being let go. I guess there was quite a bit of backlash and social media reaction to it. That actually, what's funny is that I'm reading an article right here from today, and it says that it looks at Sesame Street, or the Sesame Street company, appears to have changed their mind. And it reads, due to the overwhelming reaction regarding the status of myself and others on the show, the new producers of Sesame Street have reached out to us with an expressed desire to continue our long-standing relationship, to be initiating with a meeting in September. So, while it doesn't say that they have their jobs back, they're definitely willing to go ahead and sit down with these guys to find out what's going on. Because let's just be honest. They've been on the show for over 45 years. They're all in their 70s. And if they wanted to retire,
they would have done it.
They would have done it 10 years ago.
Yeah. You know,
or there would have been a transition of old to new years ago.
Correct.
Hey, what's funny is that the newest cast members, the adult cast members that are on there, you know, even those guys, they're like 20 years younger, but it's like still they're well into adulthood.
They've been there for a while.
Yeah, you know. And I understand with especially considering the fact that you know, you can't expect something like this to perpetually be the same the whole time through.
True.
But you know, for the sake of when you have somebody who is that long standing, they are part of the fabric of the show.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, though, I think what most people had a problem with is the way they left the show, or had no choice to leave the show.
Exactly.
I don't think. I mean,
send off.
Yeah, it was not a send off. It was like, you're fired. You're not going to be in the next season. And
it's like
people were like,
what?
Like, no, we're not accepting it.
And like I said, if there would have been a transition, that would have been different. If there would have been a send off, like after all these years, okay, yeah, I was telling people how to get here, but. Yeah, but just to let them go, man, that's some dickish bullshitty move.
Yep.
I didn't expect anything less than HBO. I mean, it's HBO.
Well,
then relevant.
I don't understand why Sesame Street is on HBO in the first place.
Well, you know, that's one of those things that that's one of those things that came about after the Dark Ages. That the Dark Lord Elmo brought on, because what happened with that was that after Jim Henson died, the guy who was the main puppeteer for Elmo became the chief creative dude for the Sesame Street company, which is part of the reason why for a while there, a lot of the other regular characters started disappearing, and Elmo was in every fucking segment of the show.
No, I will not tickle that fucking red monster.
I mean, one of the first people that he sat there and he got rid of, or he went ahead and not, you know, made their appearances very scarce, was fucking Grover. Because if you remember when he was announced, Elmo is Grover's nephew.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And
how can you get rid of Grover and Super Grover?
Yeah, and then right after that, fucking Bert and Ernie hardly ever
How
showed
do
up
you
on the
get
show after
rid of
that.
Bert and Ernie? That doesn't make any sense to me. It.
Yeah.
I'll go get rid of the Count.
No.
Yeah.
You get rid of the Count, dude. No. No. He's one of the cornerstones. The Cookie Monster is one of the cornerstones.
Cookie Monster
awesome.
turned vegetarian for a while.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Then how is he the Cookie Monster?
How did he turn? What?
Yeah.
Veggies! And celery and all that shit. No.
He's back. He's back to cookies now, but it's his whole thing is like, oh, cookies.
Wait. I was not aware of that.
I wasn't either.
No, that pisses me off. No.
Look, at least Apple got it right.
Well, there's a reason why, like I said, the Dark Lord Elmo is not in charge of everything, and that's because the puppeteer, he resigned in 2012, but that was because he had his third case of allegations with an underage boy brought up against him, and that's when they had him.
Wait. You said third.
Yes.
Third.
So why wasn't he eliminated
the first time?
Even before the first time. I'm talking about like when the accusation started.
Yeah, he was putting his hand up little puppets, all right.
Man, oh man, oh man.
It's funny how a story like that would break and people would be gone immediately, but this is an exception.
Well, it happened in 2012. So.
But getting rid of those characters, man, any of the characters, the puppets or the humans, it's just no. Even if they would have got rid of the little worm and where you saw the lines on and shit, no. No.
Or the letter people.
No.
Come on, man. The letter people, dude.
Unacceptable. Act. Nope. Nope. I'm not hearing that. Sesame Street is one of those shows that, come on, at any age you can watch and you can understand and you can grow up with it no matter what, of any age, and you can have fun with the show. Regardless of what they're showing on there, you can be able to grasp and understand. Yeah. And like I said before, no one talked to anyone like they were fucking retarded. They didn't even do that to the audience. They didn't bullshit the audience.
Nope. I mean, yeah, they were very, very honest and like, yeah, this is educational material for kids.
Kids were treated like kids, and adults were treated like adults.
Yeah, and they
to a consensus as okay, there's respect here and there's teaching here.
Yeah. And it was fun.
Opening scene, man.
And it was fun.
Huh?
Even the big old dog that played with the kids at the end of the credits sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even at the beginning of kids that dog was playing with the kids at the beginning of the song and at the end too, because they're running around the playground.
Yeah.
Tell me how to get to Sesame Street.
But at least there's going to be negotiation with these guys, with these people.
This should never happen in the first place.
I agree with that 100%. That shit should have never happened. That's fucked up.
Yep. Like I said,
you don't think that they could get away with it? Huh?
Well, I mean,
they basically got Charlie Sheen.
I don't think Mr. Hooper or any of those guys are suffering from a cocaine habit though.
Okay, fine, but they got replaced by someone less than them, most likely.
You know, I think like I said at the beginning of this particular video, you know, the true mark of a geek is that the things that they've loved all the way since they were a kid, they never let it go. And if you could just you've sat in just a few minutes on this particular conversation, you know us as geeks who grew up on that sort of stuff. Even if I didn't watch it throughout middle school and most of high school, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, you know, turning through UHF channels on a black and white fucking 13-inch TV, that was something I could count on at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was something that you can count on at 7, 9, 10, and then 11. You had Mr. Rogers. At 12, you had Reading Rainbow. It was something that was there from Monday to fucking Friday, every fucking week, no matter if it was a school day or not. That shit was on.
Even 3-2-1 Contact.
Oh, that electric company, the Great Bays Coast.
I mean, it's just that, you know, if anybody in our audience has spent any time with our videos, we, you know, talk about a variety of things, and all those things from childhood has stuck with us even to today, you know, and it's not going to change. I'm sorry.
Look, I'd rather watch old episodes of Sesame Street than any episode of Dora the Explorer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I would look. I would sit there and take the most obnoxious Elmo fucking episode over any fucking episode of Caillou any fucking day, because that little bald cancer patient makes me feel like cutting off my dick and frying it. While I stab my eyeballs out with toothpicks.
Yeah, that's some serious shit there, dude.
That's another fucking topic altogether. Okay. Any final thoughts on Sesame Street and their exit and apparent welcome back into the fold?
Exit, fuck you, welcome back. You better, if you're going to release these people, you better give a fucking proper, there better be an HBO special. If you're going to send these people off and end them on Sesame Street, there better be a fucking HBO 2-hour-long special with all the things that they've done. Go by their years, remember this, remember that. Yeah, and every fucking monster and puppet better fucking be there, including the red annoying one, okay?
For me,
sorry. If you're going to send them off, do that shit correctly.
Yep.
That's just that yeah, come on.
Even if it's just a lesson of inside, outside.
Yes.
Inside. Outside.
Yeah, okay.
For me, I pretty much echo everything that Theme said and everything that you said, Reverend. I mean, 45 years. That's long enough for my parents to be kids, for me to grow up, have my own kids, and hopefully it's still around for when my kids have kids. That's just how much of an impact Sesame Street has had, and I would almost go say generations.
Yep.
Seriously.
But again, this goes back to all of our points. We've all watched it. We've all grown up with it. No, we weren't like, you know, tuning into it every day. But when we did tune in, I mean, it provided everything that we fucking, come on. With a big bowl of cereal, watching Sesame Street. I remember when I had the chicken pox. At home, watching fucking Sesame Street. And look, I would play the Atari before and after that lineup. But fucking, yeah, man. This is shit.
Because, like you said, it was Sesame Street, then it was Mr. Rogers, and then came Reading Rainbow, then it went back into the afternoon
when I saw Star Trek. I'm like, whoa, wait. I recognize him from Reading fucking Rainbow.
Yeah. Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. And then the most ironic thing, they made him fucking blind on that show.
It wasn't blind per
With
se.
a VR visor.
Yep.
And who doesn't know that theme song? Reading Rainbow. Fuck.
It's in a book.
Those 80s shows and those theme songs, not even 80s, but 60s.
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
and those songs stuck in your head and fuck, they weren't annoying. Wait a minute. 3, 2, 1, contact is the look. None of them were annoying. None of them. Period. Wow. And those songs had endings. They didn't loop.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, again, reiterate. If you're gonna let these people go, you better have a fucking 2-hour special that gives them a fucking proper send off.
Do it right.
Do it right. Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, I mean,
like I say, the whole cast of monsters, everybody better fucking be there.
Like I said,
the big bird, the fucking high elephant, all that.
Snuffleupagus, man.
Grimace be there. If you're gonna fucking do this, you better look. Have some Fraggle Rock motherfuckers join. If you're gonna do this, and Cookie Monster better be fucking baking cookies for them as they're leaving.
What are you gonna do? Ask Siri to set his timer again? No, like I said,
hey, maybe he was baking cookies for them. Maybe he was learning to bake cookies for them to give them a proper fucking send off. Fuck it. Have the Cookie Monster bake cookies for these people as they're leaving and give them cookies as they leave. That would be the sweetest thing ever. Because Cookie Monster don't do that. Give cookies to people? Shit.
He takes them away. No, like I said, Sesame Street, no matter how old I get, will always have a place in my heart and my childhood. And for them to just get rid of 3 cornerstone people, just like they're just haven't done nothing for the last 45 years, is wrong. And you know what? If I were those guys, I would renegotiate if they want me to come back, they're going to pay me to come back. I'm just cynical that way.
Yeah, my retirement's already set, but now you have to set my children's.
Yep.
And their grandkids' retirement.
I'm cynical that way.
Look, I mean, come on. With the negotiation, they're going to hold all the fucking cards.
Yep. Instantly. They got all the cards right now. Just like that article that read, they got all the cards.
Yep.
HBO has no negotiating power whatsoever.
No, they still do.
A little bit, but
it's one of those things where it's just like I said, when you have people from grade school all the way on up into their 70s, going ahead and responding to something about this, it just speaks to the impact of the show that they were on. And like I said, when you have cast members who've been on there for that long, 45 years, they're part of a fabric of the show. All right. You cannot
even have shows that lasted a certain length.
I was going to ask you that question. Isn't that a record? I mean, isn't that the record that somebody's been on a show for 45 years on one show?
Yeah.
45 years.
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
that's something worth checking because you don't ever have shows even lasting that long, much less to have the same fucking cast as humans. It's like, damn, that's a question.
Look, so 40, if they're in the 70s now, so they were what, 25, 20, the early 30s when they were
in their 30s.
When they first started, they spent most of
their adult life
on that show.
Imagine if that was just a summer job.
That's one hell of a fucking summer job.
Hell yeah.
To turn into a career like that?
2/3 of their adult life on that show.
I mean,
they deserve better. They deserve better.
If you think about it, 90% of the people that they deal with are adults and fucking puppets.
Yeah.
They deserve better. That's all I got. That's
yes.
They deserve fucking better.
Exactly. Then
the more I think about it, the more pissed off I get.
PBS wouldn't have done this.
Hell fucking no. And
I can't even give PBS that amount of credit.
Well, alrighty. I think before we jump off into another 30-minute rant, we're gonna go ahead and close it up right here. Like I said, folks, it might seem odd that we're talking about Sesame Street, but fuck, I dare you.
Fuck you. I love Sesame Street.
Yeah, I dare you to go out there and find a geek who doesn't recall something from their childhood that they still don't love today.
Absolutely.
All right, and that's really the true earmark of a lot of people who are geeks. All right.
Yep.
With that, like I say at the end of every video, thank you for following us up to this point. Thank you for following us at the end of the video. If you're so kind, hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment below. Maybe there's some other childhood show that we're forgetting, and maybe you're a Caillou defender, in which case you're fucking crazy, all right? Just if you want to go ahead and contribute to the conversation, we always encourage that. It's what we do. With that, I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
Yeah. Tell you how to get to Sesame Street, around the corner, and just go there, learn some shit. You're not going to be treated like you're fucking retarded.
No.
Exactly.
Great shit.
All three of us been to Sesame Street.
Over and over again.
Yep.
We've never forgotten how to get there.
No.
Fuck that. Credits.
This episode of the Three Middle-Aged Guys brought to you by the number 3 and the letter G.
The Three Middle-Aged Guys. The Middle-Aged Guys. Brought to you by the Children's Television Workshop.